He was 71, full of life. A man who believed he was doing everything right, gardening each morning, smiling with the sunrise, embracing what many would call healthy aging. And yet, he collapsed. Without warning, without goodbye. What happened? To Mr. Hung isn't just a tragic moment. It's a powerful wake-up call. In a world obsessed with productivity, we often forget that true elderly wisdom lies not in doing more, but in doing what truly matters. This isn't just about senior health. It's about aging with purpose and passing down the kind of legacy that outlives us. If you're over 60 or love someone who is, what you'll hear in the next few minutes could save a life. Because within the quiet routines of life after 70 hide dangerous mistakes we rarely notice until it's too late. In this video, we'll uncover 3 hidden morning habits that silently threaten your health and share life lessons that every generation needs to hear. Stay with me, this could be the most important 10 minutes of your week. The morning that changed everything. James was 72, and to everyone who knew him, he was the picture of healthy aging. A quiet man from a small town in Vermont, he began each morning with a walk through his backyard garden. Tomatoes, rosemary, lavender. Nature was his therapy. He had no serious illness, no medications, and lived a simple, disciplined life. He had made it past retirement, built a loving home, and was looking forward to life after 70 with the calm confidence of a man who had earned it. But one morning, James never came back inside. They found him beside the garden bench, motionless. He hadn't been running. He hadn't been doing anything reckless. He was simply moving as he always had. But he hadn't eaten, he hadn't hydrated. His body, an engine without fuel, had nothing to run on. What happened to James isn't rare. In fact, it's far more common than we care to admit. This is where elderly wisdom comes in, not as a fancy quote or a motivational speech, but as a life lesson carved out of lived experience. This lesson is simple. Never demand more from your body than you've prepared it to give, especially in the morning, especially as we age. You see, our bodies, especially in the later chapters of life, deserve to be honored with care and respect. After a night of sleep, we wake in a state of rest and repair. The heart slows down, the metabolism softens, the system cools itself for healing. It's a sacred stillness we rarely talk about. But then what do? We jump up. We start bending, lifting, walking briskly, even working out, without giving this gentle waking body the nourishment it needs. For younger people, this may not be catastrophic. But for those navigating the path of aging with purpose, this habit can quietly become dangerous. Imagine starting your car in winter without warming the engine. You wouldn't expect peak performance, and if you pushed it, something would break. Your body in its wisdom operates much the same way. Skipping breakfast and launching into high-intensity movement is like forcing a cold engine up a steep hill with no oil, no gas, no warning. And for those of us walking the tightrope of senior health, the consequences aren't just discomfort, they're deadly. What's really happening inside your body? During early morning hours, our cardiovascular system is already under subtle stress. Cortisol and adrenaline rise to wake us up. Blood pressure naturally increases. The heart becomes alert, but not fully ready for a challenge. Now imagine asking it to garden, to lift, to power walk, to jog, without fuel. This is when real risks begin. Heart attacks, strokes, fainting spells, not from overexertion alone, but from expecting too much, too soon on too little. And it's not just the heart. The brain, too, suffers. Glucose is its food. No breakfast means no energy to think, react, or balance. That's why so many falls happen in the early morning, and why he just passed out stories like James's are tragically common. But here's the beautiful truth. All of this can be prevented. The morning ritual that protects and restores before you even think of doing anything. Give your body a chance to catch up with your spirit. Start with something light and nourishing. Not a feast, just a signal to your system that you're awake, you care, and you're preparing to live well today. A small bowl of warm oatmeal with berries, a boiled egg and toast, a slice of banana, and a cup of herbal tea. Simple foods, whole. Foods that say, I respect my health. Hydration too is your ally. A single glass of water in the morning can help blood circulate more smoothly, reduce the risk of clotting, and signal your digestive system to gently come online. And then, only then, should you move. Not with force, not with urgency, but with grace. Stretch gently. Open the curtains, let the light in. Do a few yoga poses or take a quiet walk outside. Breathe deeply and listen to your body. Does it feel steady, clear, centered? These mindful steps are more than just safe. They're transformative, a gift to yourself and those you love. When you choose these gentle morning practices, you are doing something far greater than protecting yourself from harm. You are modeling life lessons for those who look up to you, your children, your grandchildren, your community. You are showing them what it means to age with grace, to move with elderly wisdom, and to understand that legacy isn't about what you leave behind. It's about the choices you make while you're still here. This is life after 70 as it's meant to be, not rushed, not reckless, but purposeful and alive with quiet discipline. Your mornings matter, not just because they set the tone for the day, but because they whisper a truth that too many ignore. The way you treat your body in the first hour of your day can echo for years. So tomorrow, before you reach for your shoes, your tools, or your yoga mat, reach first for kindness, a glass of water, a spoonful of nourishment, a breath of gratitude, because this is how you protect your health. This is how you live longer, live better, and leave behind a legacy that breathes through generations. The quiet danger of rushing out of bed. There's something sacred about those first few seconds after we wake. The light is still soft, the air is still cool. The body hasn't yet remembered all the burdens of the world. It's a moment of silence, between dreams and reality, a moment where we are most vulnerable, but also most open to intention. And yet, that moment is where many of us make our first mistake. We rush. We sit up too fast, swing our legs off the bed, and stand as if we've just been called to action. It feels normal, even necessary. But for those of us embracing life after 70, it can be quietly dangerous. Elderly wisdom isn't just about knowing what to do, it's about knowing when to slow down. And this is one of those times. What really happens when you spring out of bed? Let's look deeper. During sleep, our bodies shift into repair mode. Heart rate slows, blood pressure drops. Blood flow is mostly centered around the core. Muscles relax, the nervous system cools. Waking up doesn't instantly flip the switch. It takes time. The circulatory system needs to reawaken, to redirect. Blood to your limbs, to balance oxygen levels, to stabilize pressure. But when you stand too quickly, this gentle process is interrupted. The result? A sudden drop in blood pressure known as orthostatic hypotension. Dizziness, blurry vision, a foggy mind, a body that feels disconnected from gravity, and then a fall. It happens in a blink, no warning. One moment you're getting up to greet the day, the next you're on the floor, wondering what went wrong. For many older adults, these moments lead to fractures, dislocated joints, and injuries that require months, sometimes years of recovery. A single fall can mark the end of independence, and all of it begins as with a rush. Why this matters more than ever in our culture, we've been taught that starting the day strong means jumping into action. But aging with purpose demands a different kind of strength, the kind that honors slowness as wisdom, not weakness. Each morning is an opportunity to make a small but powerful decision, to treat your body as something sacred. Not something to push, but something to partner with. When we take the time to wake up gently, we're not just preventing accidents. We're making a statement. I respect my body. I value my time. I choose to move through life with care. This, too, is elderly wisdom. And it's one of the most underrated life lessons you can teach and live a safer, softer way to rise. Here's a simple routine to help you rise with intention. Stay still. Don't rush. Open your eyes slowly. Let your body know it's time. Take a deep breath. Begin with movement. Not standing, but stretching. Wiggle your toes. Circle your ankles. Gently bend your knees. Invite blood flow back into your legs. Take 3 full, deep breaths. Let oxygen move into your brain and your heart. Let your breath remind your body, we're okay. We have time. Oh, sit up slowly. Swing your legs off the bed. Let your feet touch the floor, but don't stand yet. Let your posture settle. Let your head clear. Pause. Look around. Stretch your neck. Feel the weight of your body grounding into the present moment. Let balance return. Stand only when ready. When your body says it's time, not your clock, not your to-do list, but you. This simple ritual takes less than 2 minutes, but the peace it offers can ripple through your entire day. Aging with grace means rising with grace. This isn't just about fall prevention or avoiding dizziness. It's about how you greet the world. It's about claiming the first few moments of the day as your own, not something rushed, but something intentional. Senior health isn't only physical. It's emotional, spiritual, rhythmic. By choosing to rise slowly, you remind yourself that life after 70 isn't a race. It's a walk of presence, a journey of reflection, and every morning is your chance to begin again, with softness and strength. The legacy in your mornings. Maybe you've never thought about your morning routine as part of your legacy, but it is. Your children, your grandchildren, they're watching, they see how you move through life, and they learn not from your advice, but from your example. When they see you take time to care for your body, to respect the stillness of morning, they learn what aging with purpose really looks like. They see that even in your 70s, you're not letting the world push you. You're moving with intention, with rhythm, with quiet power. And that, more than any lecture or inheritance, is a lesson they'll carry forever. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm sounds or the sunlight taps your eyelids, don't leap. Pause, breathe, feel your pulse, and rise, not with urgency but with understanding. Let your body be your teacher, let stillness be your strength, and let your mornings, slow, safe, sacred, become a reflection of everything you've learned and everything you're still becoming. This is elderly wisdom in action. This is how we live better, not just longer. The quiet struggle. No one talks about. It's not something we like to talk about. It's personal, it's quiet, it happens behind closed doors. But for millions of older adults, one of the most overlooked dangers to senior health happens in the smallest room of the house, when the body struggles, strains, and silently sends out signals that we often ignore. We call it just constipation. We say, I need more fiber. We brush it off, reach for a pill, and move on. But the truth is, straining during bowel movements, especially in the early morning, is a silent risk with real consequences. And for those of us who are walking the later chapters of life with intention, it's time we brought this life lesson into the light. What seems small it may not be, you might think. It's just part of getting older. But that's not the full story. As we age, digestion slows down. Hydration becomes harder to maintain. And without enough movement, fiber, and water, the simple act of elimination becomes not so simple. And when we strain, when we push too hard, we're putting pressure not just on our abdomen, but on our heart, our blood vessels, and the delicate structures of the colon and rectum. This can lead to hemorrhoids, hernias, rectal, bleeding, and in more serious cases, even heart issues for those with underlying conditions. These are not rare. They're simply rarely talked about. But elderly wisdom teaches us something powerful. The quiet struggles deserve our loudest attention, because ignoring small things today can create bigger burdens tomorrow, not just for us, but for those who care for us. Reframing the bathroom as part of your wellness. We don't often think of bathroom time as part of our healthy aging routine, but it is. It's a place where your daily choices, what you eat, how you move, how you hydrate, show up in the most honest way possible. There's no pretending with your body here. So what can we do differently? We begin, as always, with intention, with care, with gentleness, because life after 70 isn't about controlling everything. It's about partnering with our bodies, not fighting them. Small habits that protect you daily. Posture matters. Sitting on a flat toilet seat with feet dangling, or flat on the floor, actually misaligns the colon. Elevating your feet on a small stool, like in a squat position, straightens the rectal canal and makes bowel movements smoother, less stressful. It may seem like a small adjustment, but it's one of the simplest acts of aging with purpose. Eat for ease, not just for fullness. Leafy greens, whole grains, fresh fruits. These aren't just healthy foods, they're digestive allies. A fiber-rich diet keeps things moving naturally and reduces the need for pushing. It's not about eating more. It's about eating intentionally, knowing that every bite is either helping or hindering your comfort. Drink like your life depends on it, because it does. Dehydration is one of the top causes of constipation in older adults. Your colon T-chimwen absorbs water to form stool. Without enough fluid, it draws water from the stool itself, making it harder, drier, more difficult to pass. A simple glass of water in the morning, a warm herbal tea. These small choices are quiet declarations of self-respect. Move your body, move your bowels. A morning walk, gentle yoga, even light stretching. Movement stimulates the gut. It's nature's way of saying, let's keep things flowing. The connection between mobility and digestion is strong. When you move more, you go easier. And going easier is one of the overlooked joys of healthy aging. Set a time limit. Let go literally. Many people bring their phone into the bathroom and sit too long, but prolonged sitting increases pressure on rectal veins and can worsen or cause hemorrhoids. When we honor the process without forcing, without lingering, we allow our body to function in peace, beyond comfort, protecting your dignity. We talk a lot about legacy, what we leave behind. But perhaps a deeper question is, how do we live, now in a way that honors our dignity? Taking care of your basic needs privately and pain-free is not a luxury, it's your right. And as we age, maintaining that autonomy becomes one of the greatest acts of self-care and self-love. There is no shame in talking about this, only strength. Elderly wisdom reminds us that the body we've lived in for decades deserves kindness, patience, respect. Not just when we're out in public, dressed for the world, but when we're alone behind closed doors doing the most human thing there is, the ripple effect of mindful habits. When you take care of this part of your health, something surprising happens. Your energy improves. Your mood lifts. You sleep better. You feel lighter, freer. And beyond that, you show others what it looks like to age with purpose. Because let's be honest, our children and grandchildren are watching. Not just how we walk or work, but how we care for ourselves in the quiet moments. When they see that you don't ignore pain, that you nourish your body, that you rise gently and care deeply, even in the most private acts, they learn what it means to grow older with grace. That is legacy. That is elderly wisdom in action. So the next time you sit in silence, remember this. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You are wise. And the way you care for your body, every moment, even the quietest ones, echoes far beyond the walls of that little room. You are still teaching, still leading, still showing the world what it means to live a full life. Even here, even now. The greatest legacy you can leave behind. There are things in life we plan to pass on, photos in wooden frames, a house filled with memories, a bit of savings, a treasured recipe in a wrinkled notebook. But there's one gift we often overlook, one that doesn't sit on a shelf, doesn't earn interest in a bank, and yet it shapes every hug, every holiday, every shared laugh across generations. That gift is your health. Not the kind of health you show on lab reports, but the kind that lets you walk your grandchild to school, the kind that helps you stand tall while singing at family gatherings, the kind that lets you cook one more warm meal, hold one more hand, tell one more story by the window at dusk. This is elderly wisdom in its most sacred form, understanding that your well-being isn't just yours, it belongs to those who love. Your health is not selfish, it's selfless. We often grow up believing that taking care of ourselves is secondary. We put others first. We give, sacrifice, provide. But something changes as we age. We begin to realize that when we neglect our health, we don't just carry that burden alone. Our families carry it with us. Senior health isn't just a medical issue. It's an emotional one, a relational one. When you feel strong, steady, and clear-minded, your presence fills a room. Your voice matters. Your energy uplifts. But when illness sets in, when preventable conditions take hold, Not only does your own life narrow, but the people who love you suffer quietly in the background. Worry replaces peace, roles shift, dreams get paused. This is why taking care of yourself is not vanity, it is legacy. Your body is the bridge. Think of your health as a bridge. One side is your present, the other your future, the structure beneath. It, every choice you make, what you eat, how you move, when you rest, what you let go of, what you hold sacred. With every choice, you either reinforce that bridge or weaken it. And on that bridge walk the people you love, your children, your grandchildren, your closest friends. When that bridge is strong, they don't worry about crossing. They walk with you, talk with you, grow with you, but if it crumbles, they carry you. And sometimes they carry the sorrow of watching someone they love slowly fade away. This is not to shame, it's to awaken. Because life after 70 is not a slow decline, it's a new frontier, a chance to age with purpose, to turn your wisdom into daily practice, to become a living example of what it means to live fully, even when your hair turns silver. The ripples of your wellness when you wake up and stretch with intention, when you eat food that heals, not just fills, when you go for a walk instead of sitting still, when you keep doctor appointments, manage stress and rest your mind with compassion. You're doing more than protecting yourself. You're teaching your family that healthy aging is a form of love. You're saying, I want to be there with you, not just in body, but in spirit. Not just longer, but better. That, dear one, is a life lesson more powerful than any inheritance. What will they remember? Years from now, what will your loved ones remember? Will they remember how you insisted on walking every evening, no matter how tired you were? How you switched to herbal tea and started journaling to calm your mind? How you spoke about your doctors, advice not as fear, but as a map back to your best self? Will they remember your smile at 75, your laughter at 80, the way you still danced, however slowly, at 85? These are the echoes of a well-lived life. Elderly wisdom is not about preaching. It's about practicing, not about trying to control the future, but choosing to show up well today. A legacy written in breath and movement too. Often we think legacy means something carved in stone, a name on a plaque, a number on a will. But perhaps the most enduring. Legacy is far more invisible. It's in how you breathe when no one's watching. It's in the food you choose when you're alone. It's in how your grandchildren watch you take your vitamins, say your prayers and whisper thank you to the morning light. This is how generations learn, not from textbooks, not from lectures, but from living examples. And when they see, you rise each morning, care for your body, and face aging not with fear but with dignity. You give them a blueprint for their own future. That's the real gift you leave behind. Let your health carry your love. Imagine this. Your children don't have to rearrange their lives to care for you. Your grandchildren don't grow up associating aging with suffering. Your spouse, if still by your side, feels secure, not burdened. You attend every birthday. You hold their babies in your arms. You share old stories and make new ones. Not because life is perfect, but because you chose to invest in you. Because you understood that your health is love, in motion. A quiet vow to your future self. So today, make a vow, not out loud, not to others, but to the future version of you, the you who wants to walk without pain, who wants to remember names, recognize faces, and sing the old songs, who wants to be more than a memory, who wants to be present. Make the vow with a gentle breath. I will take care of me. For you, for us. This, dear one, is the heart of elderly wisdom. This is aging with purpose. This is the kind of legacy that needs no will, no wealth, no witness, just you. Choosing life, choosing health, choosing to be here fully, beautifully, gratefully. A gentle invitation. If you're still with me now, thank you. Thank you for giving this time to yourself, for letting these words rest in your heart, and for choosing to walk the path of elderly wisdom, not just for your own journey, but for those who walk beside you. Maybe today something clicked, a quiet truth, a gentle reminder, or perhaps a new way of seeing your mornings, your health, your life. If something here moved you, if one of these life lessons made you pause and Reflect. I invite you to leave a comment below. Just type the number 5 if you've stayed with me to the end. It lets me know you're part of this journey. It tells me this message mattered to someone. And truly, that means everything. And if there's a lesson you want to remember, or a story of your own you'd like to share, please write it in the comments. Someone else might read it and find comfort or courage. Your words could be the gift they needed today. If you found this video meaningful, please consider pressing the like button, not for me, but to help this message reach someone else. A daughter caring for her aging mother, a man trying to make sense of life after 70, a family searching for hope. And if you'd like to keep receiving gentle, uplifting reminders like this, you're warmly invited to subscribe to the channel and turn on the little bell icon. Here, we don't rush, we don't shout, we don't chase numbers. We just share, slowly, kindly, truthfully, because that is the kind of legacy we believe in. Until we meet again, take care of yourself the way you'd care for someone you love. Because you are someone worth loving, worth protecting, worth celebrating. Stay well, stay gentle, and may peace walk beside you always.